open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
Hey everybody, so today's video is a back to school makeup tutorial. I grew up in a pretty strict family, so I was not even allowed to wear makeup until high school. So to me, this is a high school to college look, but I am planning on doing a 5-minute back to school look because if you're like me, you want to sleep as long as you can. So I am planning on doing like a 5-minute tutorial using drugstore products, so it'll be affordable and fast. But I am also planning on doing a more of a full face dramatic look for those of you who like to go to school and like to wake up early to do your makeup and look glamorous, I guess, when you go to school. Thank y'all so much for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. And yeah, so let's get started.
So we are starting with the eyes today, of course. And I am starting off by priming my eyelids with the Urban Decay Original Primer. For eyeshadow, we're going to be using the Manny MUA palette from Geek. And we're going to start with Beaches and Cream, which is just like a really nice peach shade. So it's really close to my skin tone. So I use this as a transition shade, but also to set down the primer. Next, I took the shade Sora and just kind of blended that in with Beaches and Cream in my crease. Next, on a smaller precision brush, I took the shade Frappe and put that into my outer V. I just wanted to deepen up the outer V a little bit, and after that I took a fluffy brush, and with no additional product, I just blended everything together to make sure that there were no harsh lines. So next I took the shade Cosmopolitan on a flat shader brush, and I sprayed that with Fix Plus just to give it a little bit more of an intense shimmer to it. It's like a pinky bronzy shimmer shade, so that Fix Plus really brings out the shimmer side of it. And I just put that on the inner 2/3 of my eyelid. So once I got done putting everything down, I really wasn't happy with the way my eyes were looking. They just looked like they all had like one color on them. So I really wanted to deepen up the outer V of my eye just to give it a little more depth. And this palette really doesn't have a darker brown shade. So I took the Geek Single Shadow in Cocoa Bear and just carved out the outer V of my eyelid so it would give it a little bit more of dimension and it would stand out a little more. And for some odd reason, I decided that I was done with the eyes, and so I started to move on to the face, and I used the Too Faced Hangiver RX primer to prime my face. And I used the Physicians Formula Super BB Cream, and this one is in the shade Light. I really like this BB cream just because it kind of like cancels out my redness in my face and just kind of evens out my complexion without giving me like a full face of foundation. The only bad thing is I think it only comes in like 2 or 3 shades. They don't have very many shades in their line. For concealer, I used the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser Concealer. This is in the shade Neutralizer. So I've lightly put this underneath my eyes and then on my chin, my nose, and my forehead just to highlight those areas. To set my concealer and my entire face, I use the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and this is the shade Sandstorm. I use the Urban Decay Beached Bronzer in Sunkissed just to bronze up my skin a little bit. This really isn't a like contouring bronzer. It's got more of like a red undertone to it, so I really just like it just to like give some color to my face. And I use the Physicians Formula blush in the shade Natural. So for highlight, I used the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek in Smoken Whistles. And because Colourpop's highlights are such a like different consistency, I usually go in with my finger and just place it on the tops of my cheekbones and then kind of blend it out a little bit with my fingers, and then I go back in with a brush and just kind of blend that out a little bit more. I really try to go in with a light hand with this highlight because it is super intense. And if you're not careful, it will be like crazy. So finally, going back to the eyes, I took the Rimmel Scandalized Waterproof Kohl in the shade Kajahl, and I put this into my waterline. So jumping back into the palette, we're basically going to do the same thing on our lower lash line that we did on top. So I took the shade Beaches and Cream and just kind of smudged that all along my lower lash line. And then took the shade Sora and did the same thing. And then took the shade Frappe and did the same thing. And then on a small angled brush, I took the shade Cocoa Bear and just put that on the outer third of my lower lash line. And then once I got Cocoa Bear placed on the outer third of my lower lash line, I took a fluffy brush and just kind of smudged that out a little bit and connected it to the top lash line. So without finishing the eyes, I decided to start doing my lip color. And I took the MAC lip pencil in Boldly there, and I just lined my lips and filled them in. And then I took the Too Faced Sweet Peach Creamy Peach Oil Lip Gloss in the shade Peach Fuzz. I really like these this combination. And then finally finishing the eyes, I went in with the Tarte Lash Paint and coated my top lashes and my bottom lashes. And that completes this look. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.